We make promotion for all these companies and they pay us like a commission for selling their gift cards. And this commission can be between 2 and 20%. It really depends on the card itself.
Welcome to the Swisspreneur Show, a podcast about startup stories and learnings from experienced entrepreneurs. Here's your host, Sylvan.
Dominik, you're very well welcome to the Swisspreneur Show. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, Sylvan. Thank you too.
You are the founder and CEO at offerz, a company which provides the largest assortment of digital vouchers and also gift cards here in Switzerland. A very fascinating business opportunity that you're tackling there. Before we're going to talk about that, I want to start with your personal background. You studied retail trade and then founded offerz in the last year of your studies in 2015. And I would just want to know from your side, did your studies actually prepare you and also, contribute to the success or to the way of becoming an entrepreneur later down the road?
Yes, absolutely. So I think in 2013, when I was in my apprenticeship at the retailer, these physical gift cards are coming up. So two of the big global brands have started selling these cards. And this was the first touch point with these gift cards. And very fast I have seen that there is a requirement to sell these also online. Friends of mine has asked if you can send me some of these cards because you are directly on the source. Right. And I said, yes, of course, I can do that. And from this point of view, this business has started.
It's basically a problem that other people came to you about to solve that actually made you start the company.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you've not only actually been growing offerz, but you've also had your day job, as you just mentioned, and sometimes even your studies back in the very early days. How do you balance all of that together, to have your startup company on the side, but then also working still a full-time job?
It was not a really big problem because this business here was fully digital. So the problems from packaging, etc., to bring things on the post, physical goods, this was not my business. Right. So I had absolutely time in the evening, at the weekends, to prepare all these digital things. And this was very helpful also for that business.
So basically it was like, thanks to the digital aspect, you were completely independent. You could do it in your free time.
Yes, absolutely. So I can do it from at home, in the train, from everywhere I want.
A fully digital business at its best.
Yes, absolutely.
And then in actually 2019, you started to focus full-time on offerz. Now looking back, how do you wish that you changed that to a full-time focus earlier than you did in 2019?
If I look back today, I think it would be good thing if I had started earlier, yes. Mm-hmm. So it was already quite late because I had all the things, but still my job on the other side. And if I look back, I can say that I had to quit the job earlier and make everything 100% on offerz.
Do you think it would have been good to do that from the beginning, or was the part-time setup actually a good start?
It was a very good start, yes, because at the very first time it was not clear if this will work good, yeah. if I can live from it, if it is a business fit or whatever. Right. So when you have another job which gives you the security with the income, this is always a good option. On the other hand, you can start it. You can start, of course, if you have no job, but then you need a bit of money just to survive. Simply
right.
Said.
Yeah. I mean, we all have bills to pay in the end, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I also wonder, this entrepreneurial drive. We heard people came to you with the problem, and you saw a solution that you could build and offer to them. But did you also have any role models in your family, any entrepreneurs that sort of inspired you to become an entrepreneur yourself?
Not really at the end. So my parents, they don't do stuff like this. Just my grandma had a store a long time ago, but it's it's not the same like as me. So there's nothing in my family for this kind of entrepreneurship. I just did it from myself because I wanted to do something to make customers happy at the end.
Oh, okay, that was the right focus, the right motivation to start. You also started as a solo founder, and there was no co-founder involved or anything. Was that ever a challenge for you, that you felt lonely or you had to deal with all the challenges yourself?
No, not really. I never was really alone, the only one. So I just founded the company alone, but there were always people around me which did several things, like in the IT, some things in the marketing, or which I had talks with to do these things better and do these things not. So it was always someone was present to help me a bit.
So then you basically had to build your own team around the problem that you were solving.
Yes.
Where did you find these people? How did you get to know them? Were they friends from, the earlier days, or how did you meet?
Yes, it is a bit of both. So one person from the IT, as example, is I think I work with him like 6 years now. For 6 years. First, I started to work with a company in Switzerland, but this company didn't fulfill my requirements. So I searched on other people with the skills for these things I wanted to do, and the time and the ability, of course. So then I found a person in France which was able to help me in these things.
And how did you meet that person? Was that like an online ad that you did, or any sort of groups, or how do you actually meet?
It was a research, because I started to. First, I had a very small web shop with not much automatized. So I did all of these things manually to send the digital codes to the persons first, and then when a lot of volume came up, I needed to search someone which could automatize this in the IT, of course. So I searched several things with web shop development, web shop tools, online shop freewares as example. Then I found a freeware and developers for that. So I searched for modules for this web shop. Cool. I found very cool modules, and one of these was from a developer from France, and he had many other modules. And then I got in touch with him and started the discussion if he is interested to a long-term relationship. And yeah, he said yes, and he's still until today a developer for offerz.
Wow, that's impressive. How do you then build the trust gap there? Because you didn't know that person, right? And the guy was living in a different country. So how do you sort of test, but also build the trust that you would actually work well together?
Yes, so it became a really good relationship between us together. He had his own company in France, and he is working like on order base, and then I created some orders for him multiple times. And first we started small with that's a module which you could deliver. Then he accepted this order, delivered it. And then we built that up more and more and bigger. And then the trust was coming automatically. Yeah. So we talk today. I think we talk always like almost all days, or at least all 3 days. We talk quickly or write mostly through the tools we are working with.
So basically, you started with small projects and then built trust by doing that. You saw the person delivers, and then you expanded from there.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a very organic way to do it.
Yes, that's always a good solution to do these things. First, to start with a small project, like if you want to do something, just pick maybe a part of it and let him this do. Or whoever this should do, a company or whatever. And then you see the results, and if they are good, you can decide if you want to go ahead with the person or not. So because in the past I had also, like I mentioned before, a Swiss company which made things also for me. They cost 3 times more than the French developer, and the result was very buggy and not that what I expected.
That's then certainly someone that you don't want to continue working with.
Yes, absolutely.
And I also wonder, you were still at the early days when you hired the French developer. How did you pay him? Did you pay him all in cash with your own cash flow? Or did you also find a deal where you said, hey, you also receive some shares or some upside because I cannot pay you fully in cash? How did you finance the work of the developer?
No, it was in cash because there was already a small cash flow, but not at the very first days. I have invested almost everything into the company, so all what was coming in was going to the developer and the marketing mainly, and the shares was this was never a discussion between us.
So it was an interesting project, good cash, so you had a very nice deal.
Yes, absolutely. And the most important also for him, a long-term relationship. So he had also a bit of security for the work, yeah.
And how much money did you actually have to invest in the beginning, if you're open to share? Because I think for many people, some they underestimated, others overestimated. So what was the number that you had to invest to get started?
Like for me, I think it depends also very, very hard on the business model which you have and the business type. But for me, it was not really that much to invest. I think around 10 to 30,000 at the first point for developing all these things. The first automatic web shop we had, I think this was then a bit more to invest. But it was not an amount which needs to pay it at once. So it was an ongoing thing where the developer made this month things, and then the next month it was never investment at once.
Yeah, and then, as you said before, you could reinvest the money that you made with the business model and grew organically from there, basically.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, if you look at Switzerland, we're a very small country, right? And very often I could imagine that we also get a bit overlooked by the gift card companies or the companies in general to have gift cards here in Switzerland. Why is that the case? Is that just the volume that is so low in Switzerland compared to other markets?
Yeah, I don't think that the volume is lower because the average sale of a gift card is also in Switzerland is almost 2 times more than in other European countries.
Wow.
It is just because we have the higher purchase power also, and the Swiss franc is much stronger than other currencies. But yes, Switzerland is very small, so that's compared to other countries. That's a problem because these companies they are just they want to get as many users as possible, of course. And another problem is often also our languages. So we have 4 different languages, and these providers need to provide their content in all the languages. If you take French, Italian, and maybe Romansh or English away, there's just German. There are a lot less customers for Switzerland.
Right.
So all these things are, I think, a bit a showstopper for joining to Switzerland, especially in the gaming and streaming area. So Switzerland is always not at the first place where these new products will start.
Right. Yeah, it's just a natural thing because of our more complicated setup, so to speak.
Yes, absolutely. And also their own currency, Swiss francs.
Right. And then basically you can buy these gift cards, right, in many different locations online at your platform and your website. You can also go to any retailer or even in other places. What do you exactly do differently to, also differentiate your offering from the market today?
Yes, meanwhile, you can buy it at the very many places. Our USP is our catalog. So we have the biggest catalog in Switzerland of digital gift cards. We are just digital, so we don't have any plastic cards we send. So this is also a great opportunity for all the plastics which are thrown in the trash. So you just use the card one time and then you throw it away. So this is one of our USP, and the other thing is also our gifting solution. So we have built up a great solution to gift these digital gift cards with your own photo, video, gift message, and different other things which you can set. And this is unique in Switzerland.
So you built an additional service around the pure gift card business.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, and many customers they ask also always, why should I buy the gift card at you and not at the other partners?
Right.
So we have many other things around it also. The support which is available all days in the week, all the payment methods we have. And our offerz voucher, which is also a great thing, and other companies which are gifting also vouchers, they can be redeemed in our store also then.
Great. Yeah, you really built your own ecosystem around that to a certain degree.
Yes. We are trying it to still build it more. There's a lot coming, but yes, we already have great things.
Fantastic. And who actually are your customers? Do you have a specific persona that comes and buys at offerz?
Yeah, we have many different customer groups. It is we don't have this one customer group. This is because we have different gift cards which has many different kind of usage. So we have the classic digital gift cards like Zalando, IKEA, Lidl as example, and you don't go to a store to buy this because maybe your payment method is not accepted where you want to redeem it. So you don't go and buy this card to pay at Lidl as example.
Right.
So it is more for gifting, so more for older people as example. And on the other hand, we have all the entertainment and service gift cards, which can be bought and they can be redeemed in the specific stores then.
Got it. And now I'm very curious to learn more about this part, the business model behind it. How does it exactly work? Because you don't offer the services that you sell gift cards for yourself. You're basically a reseller for these companies. So how do you make money as a platform?
That's quite simple. So basically, we make promotion for all these companies, and they pay us like a commission for selling their gift cards. And this commission can be between 2 and 20%. It really depends on the card itself. You can imagine cards which are selling better, they are lower in commissions, and the opposite, of course. And yes, this is how we make the money from it.
And what happens if somebody purchases a gift card but doesn't use it? Do the proceeds go to you or to the company that you sold it for?
Yeah, not to us, of course. So when we sell any third-party gift card which is not issued by us, like our own offerz gift card, that's this is from us. But all the other gift cards, yes, if they are not used, the money goes to the issuer which has given out the gift card itself.
Got it. And a big challenge, in setting up the business that you did is, of course, at first building trust, because there are many offers out there and some people might think, can I trust you? Do I actually get my voucher once I sent you the money or once I paid? How do you solve that problem of building trust? Because in the beginning, I can imagine that's a really big problem to solve.
Yes, at like 5 years ago, maybe this was the biggest problem we had, the trust. So many customers just didn't trust us. So our previous shop looked also very ugly. It was not like for 2018 as example. So last year we had a redesign and also a logo redesign, and I think this helped also a bit to make more trust. And what also helped is that the brands we are selling, they took our logo and placed it on their websites to tell customers, hey, offerz is an authorized reseller of us.
Yeah.
And this helped, of course, also, and all the other things also. We are open to communicate also with customers, so we are always also in discussions with customers on social media. So this helps also to make a trust.
So the support part, that is also very important to build the trust part.
Yes, absolutely. That's one of the most important things to build up the trust. So our support is available all days at the week, almost 24 hours.
Wow.
And they can always find also maybe a solution in the help center for their problem.
Yeah, perfect. Then you also have another problem. Then, once you actually grow as a company, you build the trust and people purchase vouchers at your platform. You then also get used by people with criminal intentions. So maybe they stole a credit card and then they want to use that to cash in and change the cash into a gift card or any other form of criminal activities. How big of a problem is that for you?
Yes, this is currently in this business a big problem. The last couple of years, it is very increasing because of all the digital platforms which are upcoming and the digital orders. Like COVID has shown that many peoples are more to buy online, and it's a big problem because many parties are involved in these frauds, and it generates a lot of costs also. And at the end, it is just criminal. So we have a lot of fraud, as example, as you mentioned, stolen credit cards and also stolen post-finance cards, or with twin accounts, we had also a lot of fraud. But mostly these frauds are happening on the side of the client, of the cardholder, or the people itself, because they are just... they are ignoring the easiest security mechanisms and let customers pay for their cards, so the fraudsters, and they get the cards from us. And I think like 2 years ago, we really had big things in-house to prevent these things. So we started to develop then an own fraud system to detect all these frauds, because it became a problem. We noticed that a fraud is not coming alone. There are always waves of fraud. So if there is a fraud, you can be sure that other things are coming also. So that's one thing we have noticed, and there are several technical mechanisms where you could prevent it, and we prevent it in that way that we just block the order. We don't deliver the card. The customer receives a message right on the display, and that the order needs to be checked. And then we talk with the customer. If there is everything well, we ask maybe for an ID or passport or a photo of the credit card, because we ask for these things because often the fraudsters doesn't have these things physically by them. They just have maybe an Excel list or a photo of these things, and then we ask, put the card on something, write something to it. And this is not just at us. This is quite often done in this business.
Of course. And I then wonder, what happens if somebody actually purchases a gift card with a stolen credit card? Are you as a shop also liable and then have to sort of revert that transaction? Or if, the user, the owner of that credit card just didn't follow the security measurements, is it their own fault and they have to pay for that? How does that work in practice?
That's always a difficult question. We decided some years ago that we do a lot of things to prevent it, but it's never our fault. So you cannot give us the fault when someone buys something at us with a stolen card.
Sure.
So it is not our fault, and someone needs to pay for that, of course. So it needs to be found out who is liable for it. Mostly it is the cardholder, yes, maybe also the bank itself.
Right.
Because in our store we have that much security mechanisms that it should not be possible to get these fraud things. For the credit cards, as example, we only accept credit cards with the 3D secure version 2. So every transaction must be accepted with a fingerprint, with a password, with a TAN or whatever, or just by the bank. And then we are not liable. So we give the liability to the other parties, which is also a requirement for us, because we are not possible to be liable for these things, because it would be blow up our business also.
Right. But it seems to be quite a significant investment of time, but also resources that you put into this fraud detection and prevention. At the same time, if you do that too much, you probably lower your revenue, you lower your conversion rates. So the provocative question is, why should you actually invest in that overall if you are not liable in the end?
Yes, that's also a good question, because it's just we don't like criminal things. So these criminal things needs to be stopped. Many of these fraudsters are using these cards because it is like money. The cards can be resold. There are many platforms on the world which are selling these gift cards with a high discount. Yeah. It is not approved, but it is an open secret that many of these cards landing on these platforms to make it all again to money. And to make money laundering with that. So we just want to prevent this with all possible effort. And our fraud system is, of course, it is also a lot digitalized. So we make the check, and on 80 different rules which we can set. And all of these rules are applied. And the rules are not static, so almost every week we change something at the rules, because we see this is more fraud now, and because the behavior of the fraudsters, this is also always changing. And like 12 months ago, they came a lot of fraud up with Twint as example, because Twint is also very popular now.
Yeah. So you always evolve and adapt based on the current market.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's just required.
I also want to talk about your partners, basically, the companies that offer the vouchers on your platform. You said you have the biggest selection here in Switzerland when it comes to the vouchers that you offer, but it's quite a difficult or a challenging process to get there, because you have to be accepted and actually do an application with every brand that you want to bring in on your platform. Can you talk a bit more about the process of how difficult or how easy it is to get a big brand on your platform to sell vouchers?
Yes, of course. This is one of the biggest or the hardest tasks in the past, or it is still one of the hardest tasks, to get all these brands on the platform, because of course we need to tell them what we do, what they can do with us, and they need to be willed to see us as a good channel to sell the gift cards. They need to pay us a commission, of course, also. We cannot do this for free. And they need to see the opportunity behind. Of course, many of the companies wants to see then also some sales and volumes. If the volumes are too small, they are not willing to work with us. So many companies, they have their own gift cards. Not all have their own stores to sell it. Sometimes it is just a product in the store which you can buy, but maybe you don't have a digital process where you can gift it. Maybe it takes longer to come in, that the gift card is delivered to the customer. Maybe it takes a day with an email as example. And in our store, all these happens very fast. We have a very fast setup also for cards. So we need to talk really with these companies. Yeah.
How do you do that in the beginning, in the very early days? Because this is the classic chicken and egg problem, right? You don't get a lot of traffic if you don't have the big brands on there. Absolutely. And the big brands don't want to come on your website if you don't have a lot of traffic. So how did you solve that? How did you convince the first big brands to work with you to solve that problem?
This is really a big problem, the chicken and egg problem, as you said. So to get the big international brands, like for gaming and streaming, to get them, it was always a problem, because as you said, at first we were small in Switzerland, not very lucrative for these companies, and they were not sure to start with us, maybe or not. The brand was also not known. That's also a problem. And then we just started to get the products from like kiosk suppliers scratch off the physical cards, digitalize the codes, save them in a stock warehouse system, and when the customer ordered it, he got the code, so it looks like a digital code. And this was that much increasing that, of course, the companies, the brands had not really fun with it, but they saw that we were right and it was a good decision, and we made it official with a handshake, and then it worked, and they are happy with the numbers.
So basically, if I understood that correctly, you worked through another channel, through the kiosk. You digitized the product, the vouchers there, and therefore you heard some of the big brands a bit, or you at least were able to show them the volume, and then you have proof to say, hey, you should work with us directly.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because when we don't have the product, we cannot show to the brand, is it working or not? Yeah. So we took it from somewhere else and sold it, and then we can go back and tell them, hey, look, guys, we have incredible sales. Let's work directly together.
Well, that's a smart idea of, finding this other way to show them the numbers.
Yes, absolutely. Because I was never a fan. I was never really a fan to do this, because it was not in the brands won't support that. They don't like this kind of business, but it was required to show them that it is working. Yeah. So we sell for the brand itself, and the numbers are coming good for the brand. So the brands will profit from our sales.
Yeah, exactly. But that's also another challenge that you face, right? When you do your own customer acquisitions, when you try to do ads on social media or through Google, sometimes you're not allowed to use the brand names that you actually sell vouchers for, because they are usually protected. So that's quite a challenge. How do you solve this to acquire customers, but still operate within the legal framework of the other platforms that you're using for the ads?
It is a quite complicated business. We are official sellers of these cards, and we can use their logos and card images, mainly on our own platform. Of course, also outside if they approve it. Mm-hmm. And most of them don't have a problem to approve it. And the ads like on Google or Facebook, Instagram, they are always difficult because, as you said, if we promote a specific brand on Google and this brand name is restricted, our ads got blocked. Right. And then we need to go to the process to unblock them, to make it running, the ads. Mm-hmm. And Facebook and Insta, it's the same, but they are a bit harder in the requirements. They don't allow to promote digital products like gift cards, especially. Yeah. So it is always like a cat and mouse game. So you promote the product, and maybe it is working for some months, and then an ad is blocked. Then you create a new ad, and this is working again. So it is always like this, but it's a difficult business for that, and it's also difficult for us to get like a document where the brand approves us specifically for this promoting channel. Google as example, we have over 100 brands, so this is almost not manageable.
Yeah, a huge admin process if you want to go down that
absolutely.
Way. Did you then decide to also switch to other channels where you say, hey, it's so much work and just like always changing to advertise on Google or on Facebook and Instagram? Did then decide to also switch to more organic or partner channels instead?
Yes. So I think 2 years ago also we started to work really with external partners also to make marketing. We have a lot of banks which we are working with in newsletters, or also where we deliver gift cards for their loyalty programs. Nice. We have partnerships with cantonal banken, and also with many other partners, and some partners are also coming to us, which I can't speak about this right now, but some big partners in the market research, cool. Which will use our own gift cards to give them to their reward as a reward. Mm-hmm. And yes, this helps also. So I think we should not only go on Google and Facebook and maybe TikTok. So all other organic channels are also very important.
Yeah. Now, if you listen to what you were sharing before, there were so many obstacles: the chicken and egg problem, the trust problem, the fraud problem, the marketing problem. Were you now looking back to all these years at any point where you thought, that's it, I'm going to give up, this is not going to work, it's too much work, it's too complicated? Were you ever at a point where you said you quit?
Yes, many times.
Yeah.
So many times. So there's always a stone before your feet where you can struggle.
Right.
And also last week, there was also a big problem. As example, my private Instagram account got blocked for any reason, and it is linked to my private Facebook account. And this was also blocked directly because it was connected. And so I was not longer able to log into Facebook. And with Facebook, there's the offerz Facebook page connected, then the business manager. And I'm not able to see all the ads, to manage the ads or manage the Facebook page. And the form for making a claim is not working. You need to make a claim between 30 days, and the form is not working since a week. So
wow. What do you do now?
I don't know. We have now an agency which is helping for the social ads, and I asked them to go to their Facebook partners that they could help in that problem. I also contacted some email addresses from Facebook, Instagram, but most of them are not active. So it is really, really difficult to get in contact to Facebook and Instagram. And when they block your pages, you can almost do nothing.
Yeah, you're completely dependent on them.
Yes, absolutely. And that's also, this is a very dangerous part of the business also with these companies. So 2 years ago, we had the same problem with Facebook. The page was blocked because we advertised the digital products, the gift cards on Facebook and Instagram, and they blocked the advertising account and then also the Facebook page. So they removed it completely. And we were not able to do anything about it. So it was like a final decision.
Wow, that's
Facebook.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I wonder, in these challenging times, when you thought about quitting, what actually kept you going? Why did you not quit when you thought about quitting?
I think it is my mind to don't let something unfinished. So I don't feel that offerz is finished in any way. And it's like this, that I cannot stop working from one of the other day or in some months. So because I want to make offerz big and better and always good for the customers. And we are still not there where we want to be.
There's still plenty of work to do.
Yes.
And if you look at it at where you stand today, you have more than 100,000 customers that actually use your platform. So what are your priorities and challenges that you want to work on over the next months and years?
We are currently developing several things. One of these things is we will launch an app in this August. I think it was time to do that because we had a long time not an app. We had last year the redesign, and the app is a lot requested from the customers. It will have a lot of better functions that customers don't need to log in always. They have faster access to the vouchers, more functions. And I think it is a good requirement, and we will put a lot of work into this app. But also there, it will be coming problems also with requirements in the app stores because our products are not really approved for these as an app.
I'm sure you'll figure this out because you did so in the past.
Yes, hopefully. And the other thing is offerz Plus. So this will become our loyalty program for our customers. Yeah. So customers will be able to collect points with their gift card sales, and they can spend these points then for different things like a slot machine, for rewards from partners, where they get a discount, and they can make also quests where they can get more points. So this is also one thing which is very important for our business the next years, because it became very difficult also to make difference to other competitors, because a gift card has always the same price. We are also not allowed to make other prices for the gift card, so we need to sell it at the price which the company is selling it. And this makes really hard to differentiate your business from the others.
Yeah, but with your loyalty program, you basically build a lock-in effect that people come back and spend more and use your program.
Of course, yeah. So basically, the money is not just for us, of course, because if someone buys 500 francs at us, we have a small amount of it. The most of the money goes to the brand itself, of course. Yeah. But we want to give the customers an option also for their birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, when they just buy a gift card, that they can receive something and do something with these points in this case.
And before you mentioned that you're not done with offers yet, you have still so many tasks and ideas to work on. Do you have an ideal, goal in mind where you want to get in terms of revenue or the size of the company, where you then say, now I'm done?
Yeah. I don't really have numbers for that, of course, but it would be really cool if a lot of the Swiss citizens has installed the offerz app then, because I think almost every people in Switzerland had one time got in touch with a gift card, received one or give away one, or just gift certificates as a child when you were in school, to make booklets with the gifts and give it to the mama to cook something or clean the house or whatever.
Right.
And it is a form of gift card, of course. I think it would be a cool thing if a lot of people has installed the offerz app and would use it also to make gifts for their child, for their partners or family members.
Perfect. So you want to grow. You have the touching point with every person here in Switzerland, basically.
Yes, absolutely.
Great vision. So to wrap up today's conversation, we also prepared some rapid fire questions for you. I either give you a simple question or different options to choose from, and you have to answer in one sentence. Are you ready?
Yeah.
First one, what is your favorite type of gift card to receive?
Of course, the offerz voucher.
Great. How do you recover and recharge?
I often go to the cinema and take time for myself and go out and, these things.
Perfect. What was the last time that you made a big decision?
I think 3 months ago.
What was it, the decision?
To make the app.
Great. What's your favorite gadget or tool?
Trello and Slack.
Nice. And the last one, do you have any business regrets, things that you would change now looking back on your journey?
In the summary, I think not big enough to regret it.
Okay, perfect. Dominik, thank you so much for sharing your impressive story. We wish you all the best, lots of success, and thanks again for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you, Silvan. You too.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, you can support us by rating our show on Apple Podcasts. This way, we can reach an ever-growing number of aspiring entrepreneurs.